Shaky, shaky. Alright, so figured I'd make a little video here. I'm showing you some size differences and comparisons of a few knives. So these are predominantly all Microtech sitting out. That's just what I have out mainly, besides for stuff that's in my everyday carry rotation. So to get started, this is a UTX 85%. UTX is the Ultratech. And like I said, this knife has one of the hardest detents of any of my Microtechs. It's very hard to actuate. And taking a look at it, we lay this down. We're actually going to have to lay it down this way. We line that up right there. It's just about 7.5 inches in total length with the knife all the way out, the blade deployed. Like I said, it is one of the harder ones, and I do have to put a little bit of extra oomph into deploying this knife. Now you take that, and in comparison, you have a Trudon by Microtech, a little bit wider, but thinner on the handle. Well, maybe that's not accurate. A little bit thicker in some spots, thinner in others. Overall, roughly the same size, right? So we take the Ultratech, we line it up. It's just over a hair over 4 inches. And we take our Trudon, we line it up, and it's almost identical in size. This one, for example, has one of the easiest detents where I can easily do it even with my index finger, and I don't train to deploy the knives with my index finger. This one is a double-edged dagger, so blade out, we'll set it down, line it up, and it's roughly the same size as an Ultratech 85%. This actually feels a lot better in my pocket too compared to the Ultratech. Most of the time I'll forget that this is even in my pocket because it just blends in so well. And then moving on to the big boy here, this is a combat Trudon. So this one is full size, much bigger knife. Set that one down there, right? You can see that it's about a full inch bigger overall compared to the Trudon or the Ultratech 85%. Now this one, also being a full size, has an easier detent. Camera's starting to shake again. Has an easier action detent on it than the UTX 85. And maybe I just got a tougher than nails UTX 85 when I ordered mine. Maybe they're all like that. I don't know. I only bought one. Same thing. I can also retract that with my index finger. Does take a little bit of oomph to get it out with my index finger, but I can also do it. And then coming up next, this is based off of the full-sized Ultratech design. This is a limited run Makora signature series by Microtech. So if we bring that up here, you can see that it's actually signed. So it's a Marifane custom. The Makora Ant that's laser engraved in there, and this one's a limited run in burnt bronze. I believe this is serial number 23. So SN is 0223. See if we can get that to focus. So yeah, one of my favorites. This has the smoothest, and I mean the smoothest as a signature series, super buttery smooth deployment on that detent. And that sucker, as you can see there, it's pretty big. The Trudon, or Combat Trudon, is going to be roughly that same size with the tip all the way down. Just a hair actually bigger because it does have a bigger blade. So Combat Trudon, that's one of their biggest knives that they make. This Makora limited edition one is based off of the Ultratechs. And I mean, this one is just super smooth butter. The next closest thing to it in smoothness is going to be this guy, a Trudon. That's a double blade. And both of these are double-edged dagger style blades. Exact same style, except that one has a deeper, what they call the blood groove. Yeah, that one has a deeper one. But super smooth, limited edition. Really don't carry this one. This has been the OTF section. Next video is going to be on the folders. All right, shaky, shaky again. All right, this is part 2. This is about the folder knives. So start off with, this is a ProTech TR-free tactical fish scale on it, and this is in CPM MagnaCut. It's automatic. Most of these knives are actually all automatics, except for one that's on the table right now. This is one of my favorite knives. Just fits really great in the hand. Really love it. That MagnaCut, it's a great steel, really hard to beat, and it is in my everyday carry rotation. Size wise, set it down right there. So you see it's just a tidbit over 4.5 inches. Really great knife. It's a Microtech. This is also a Microtech limited run. This is a Terrazula. Terrazula Customs, actually. It's got a mother of pearl, stop shaking, mother of pearl deployment button, no safety feature on it, contoured blade, and more of a bayonet style. Really love this knife. G10 handles on the scales, makes it super easy to just get a hold of. Great purchase on it, as they would say. The grip is just phenomenal, even as your hands start to sweat or get wet. This was a high dollar, more limited-ish run, full milled titanium clip. So this is something I don't carry every day because I don't want to beat it up. Coming up next, this is a Microtech. These ones are actually starting to make a reoccurrence back on the market. They're kind of hard to find right now. Have seen some of them come in and go out of stock within a couple hours on most sites. This is the LUDT by Microtech. So it's an out the side OTF. As you can see, it was just made this year, right? Last month. This knife is actually very, very, very similar in size. And of course it won't sit that way. We'll flip it over to that. Very, very similar in size. Even in blade shape, geometry, handle grip to the TR3 in MagnaCut. However, as most of Microtech's knives, they're all in M380. They're just now getting ready to start releasing some knives that are, M390 steel. They're just now getting ready to release some knives in MagnaCut steel. So the M390 is a good steel, that Bowler M390 powder urgy steel, but on paper and in some testing, MagnaCut is superior. So you can see there's the MagnaCut right there on it. That one does have a safety, which is kind of nice. This is a Microtech and Borka Blades design stitch. It's a big, super thick boy blade on there. This one's just kind of designed for doing damage, right? It's big, gothic looking, real big attention grabber. Not the most sublet knife in an everyday carry. You can find these every couple of months. They pop up. You can normally find them now. When they first came out, they were hard to get for about the first 2 years. These are starting to make a comeback as well. This is a SOCOM Elite manual, and this one's actually brand new, just got it. It's a big boy, right? Let's see if we can get that to focus in here. So you can see, also just made last month along with LUDT. It's a pretty big knife. That's in the Tonto blade. Now this one's kind of a gem. It's very similar to the current generation SOCOM Elite, but this is a first gen SOCOM Elite, automatic. This one is actually in 154 cm steel. You can see this one is actually just shy of 23 years old, and his serial number is in the first 1,000 runs of the SOCOM Elite that they did. This one's 0965. So this one's kind of a little gem in my collection. I don't carry this one daily. I've always wanted one of these knives ever since I was a kid when they first announced them and saw them in trade show magazines. Finally got my hand on one. However, the automatics haven't actually been released. The manuals come out every year, about every 2 years. Haven't seen an automatic version of the SOCOM Elite come on the market since 2017 or early 2018. It's the last time I saw a run of them come out for the automatic. So not sure why they're not making the SOCOM Elite an automatic anymore. You can see the clips even a little bit different. Yeah, liner frame lock. This one's actually kind of a favorite of mine because compared to the rest of all these knives, the SOCOM Elite current generation has the tungsten glass breaker on it that all the OTF Microtechs have that make them awesome. So the LUDT does not have that. Kind of a bummer because these things work. I've tested them. They're great.